to abandon cautiousness in the middle of the Florida coast. Marooned here since midweek, they must work together to build alliances, find fuel, and survive the racetrack.
Be wary of alliances. They may be the ones who bump you off.
And ultimately, it is everyone for himself. This evening, they will drive deep into the night to take part in a weekly ritual, where despite their closeness, they will do all they can to eliminate their competition one by one.
Take it from me. Try to lead, not follow.
In the end, only one driver will remain and will leave this fabled racing town with his first place share of a $3 million purse.
I know who I want to get rid of.
Drivers. 400 miles. Who will survive tonight?
America's biggest 4th of July tailgate party, the Pepsi 400. It's the nation's largest nighttime sporting event. It's old-fashioned Saturday night stock car racing before 165,000 folks wearing pride on a T-shirt for any one of 43 All-American risk-takers, each committed to winning one of the biggest Winston Cup races this season. Among the principals for tonight's race, Bobby Labonte, the point leader. 27th and final performance for Darrell Waltrip here. 84 wins, but never this race. And Jeffrey Bodine, who went as close to the edge as one can and survived in February, is back and ready to start. Reigning Winston Cup point champion Dale Jarrett has won 2 consecutive races here at Daytona, aiming to tie Cale Yarborough's 3 consecutive wins here. He's on the pole for tonight's race. He's with Dick Berggren.
Thanks, Ken. It is said that the man who wins at Daytona is the man who can keep the throttle on the floor more than anybody else. Dale Jarrett, how much of tonight's race will you try to run wide open?
I hope that we can run the whole race wide open. Being out front, obviously, is the key to that. But you've got to have a good handling race car, and I hope that's exactly what we can do. That's what we've been able to do when we've won here in the past. And on behalf of all the drivers, we'd like to say thank you to CBS. We know this is your last Winston Cup race. And for everything that you've done for our sport, for each of the drivers here, thank you very much for bringing this great sport that we have to our great fans out there.
And thank you, DJ. Best wishes tonight. Terrell Shaheen.
34 times Dale Earnhardt has wheeled a car into victory lane here at the Daytona International Speedway, utilizing different types of cars. Dale, what is the key to winning on this big racetrack?
Well, stay in time and staying out of trouble, making the right moves and be around at the end.
Dale Earnhardt will start 18th here tonight. Bill Stevens?
3-time Winston Cup champion Jeff Gordon is looking for his 3rd win in the Pepsi 400. If he gets it, he'll be the first driver to win 3 races this season. But Jeff, you're starting in the back of the bus. Can you get to the front and keep this car in one piece?
Well, this car did it for us in Talladega, but we're going to have our work cut out for us to do it here at Daytona. This is a little bit different deal. It's a lot narrower. Handling becomes a big issue here, and you know, we got a long ways to go. But if anybody can do it, it's this DuPont team, and the guys have been awesome in the pits, and we're going to need them. We're going to need everything we can get to the front.
Ken Squire, it could be a wild night for the number 24.
43 drivers ready to fly like eagles, but right now it's butterfly time. They're all cinched up and ready to go, just waiting to hit those switches and get this thing underway.
Restrictor plate. Every single one of the race cars on the speedway right now has one of these between the carburetor and intake manifold. 4 7/8-inch holes in that restrictor plate control the amount of air going into the engine. Cut it about in half. Without those 4 holes, that is what we would see. We'd have twice as much horsepower, much more speed.
Still, we'll see 190 miles an hour Hallie Eisenberg waves the green flag, and we're racing.
One thing that Dale Jarrett and Ricky Rudd protected themselves against, a lot of times when the front row goes into turn one side by side, that third place man can grab past him as he come off of turn two, but they quickly got him wide first and second before they got that turn to prevent that.
So back in the war zone here, you can see 3 wide down the back straightaway. They're now getting up to speed. They're only running about 185 miles an hour. The next time they go down through there, they'll be at full song.
3 fast Fords front this field. Jarrett, Rudd, Elliott.
Mark Martin has moved into fourth place.
It's double wide from there on back. A clean first lap. First non-Ford is Tony Stewart's Pontiac in fifth. Jeff Gordon already up to 23rd after starting 34th. 80 laps, 200 miles complete. Leaders have included Dale Jarrett, Tony Stewart for 1 lap under the caution, and Bill Elliott, who is the man out front right now. Tony Stewart in second, Jeff Burton in third, Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett, and Johnny Benson in that unsponsored white Pontiac. That's the lead draft. 6 cars strong. Trouble, big trouble, front straightaway car. Michael Waltrip hard to the wall.
Terry Labonte also up against the wall there.
Oh, and Waltrip gets slammed by Jeremy Mayfield. Caution is out.
Okay, there's Terry going around. He makes contact with the 7 car there, Waltrip. Now, what triggered that, I'm not sure.
Now Michael comes back down, clips the 32 car, and then
5 car gets away. Look at Pruitt, though, fighting that thing. A lot of damage to the right rear corner of Pruitt's car, but he managed to keep it straight.
yeah, he got hit pretty hard. And I think Mayfield thought he saw a hole there, but when Michael Waltrip hit the 32 car of Scott Pruitt, that shoved him right down in front of Mayfield.
But Terry Labonte in this car right here is already around backwards. He lost control there in the middle part, and there was some people reporting there was oil through the trioval.
And Terry Labonte has climbed out of his car.
All right.
And that is certainly great news. That he is shaken, stirred, but okay.